it for a long while before I did it. I mean, I got a lot of uproar from the whole industry, but who are they to judge me?
Yeah, I mean, what are they?
They can all go to hell. They don't pay my bills.
No, you got a point.
And that's that.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Off the Rails. I don't know if there's an issue with my sound or something. There's some kind of a feedback. But anyway, obviously it's a quick one because today is Monday. I've been traveling for the past few Mondays. Hey, Paul, how are you? I see you out there in the chat. Is there like a delay with me when I'm talking? Hey, John Jay. Hey, Nobody Fresh. Sup, G? What's G? It's Jasmin with a J. The microphone is loud. Okay. What about now? Anyone? Okay, so I guess it's fine. Well, how was everyone's Monday? It's been a wild summer of wrestling. It's been fun. It's been crazy. It's been an even wilder Monday. Okay, so I have to say, hey, Scott, the city of Santa Monica is filled with DEI trash, okay, that claim autism as an excuse to touch women. So I'm minding my business earlier in the street. You're going to love this. And I'm just walking down, and all of a sudden, some guy gropes me. It was unprovoked, completely unprovoked. There's one witness there, right? So I figured out where he lived. I went to where he lived. This is the best part of it. Then he goes up the stairs to the apartment. The cops go in there. This woman the guy comes out, says, oh, no, there's no one here with that description. Then another guy comes out, no, man, no, there's no one here like that. Then this woman comes out, oh, it's just me and my boys. The cops say, can we come in? They went in. Guess what they found? They found the piece of trash that grabbed me, right? And yes, I did defend myself, by the way, but that's not the point. So a half hour goes by, 40 minutes goes by, right? Great. There's an incident report. Now it's up to the city attorney of Santa Monica if he wants to do anything. The sergeant came back and says to me, his family says sorry, but he's also on the spectrum. Well, someone needs to knock his fucking ass off the spectrum, because if we go on allowing that type of behavior from people who are allegedly on the spectrum and everything, we're setting a culture and a standard out there to go ahead and do whatever you want to someone and use the spectrum excuse, which I don't think is acceptable. I don't get what the fuck's going on with my microphone tonight. I think it's because I have it set up twice. So what I might do is just end this and hop right back on. I'm so sorry about the technical glitches. Everyone's saying I'm still loud on here. Am I? Am I coming in with an echo? Okay, whatever. We'll just have to tolerate it. I know that I've been short on guests lately because it's been just crazy with traveling. I had a blast working at Bleeding Gums Wrestling in the UK, in Scotland, and they'll be coming here next year in June with shows. Okay, my microphone's loud, then it cuts out. Sit tight, everyone. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Or do I? Or hang on. No, actually, screw this. We've had other glitches with this before, remember? Hang on. I don't know how this shit works. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to hop out of this, because if I do that, then I'll cut off the stream on Facebook, and then I'll have to reset this whole thing again. And I know a lot of you that come on here through Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn. So you just have to excuse it and excuse the shitty stream this time. Yes, it was a great experience working for Bleeding Gums. And we had a collaboration with Rise UK. So Rise UK is another wonderful company that I've been doing a lot of stuff with. And of course, on the 11th, I go to Livonia, Michigan for Horror Slam, not Horror Slam, Horror Slam. That's gonna be a lot of fun collaborating with Juggalo Championship Wrestling. And then next week we have a squatter expert hopping on the show. And then the Backseat Boys hop on the show next week. The week after that, a squatter expert and all of that. Yes, nobody fresh is right. It's intolerable, like a Groper claiming Spectrum. No, actually, it is not him that claimed it. It is his family. Because here's my question with zoning laws, right? Here's where how do you have a studio or a room with 4 grown adults living in it? I mean, is the apartment complex now held legally liable as well? Do they get fined from the city of Santa Monica because they were letting all these people live in there? Just saying, you know, it's not like I don't speak to a lawyer when these things happen because, yes, I have every intent of fucking lawyering up. If David Sloan, the piece of shit Santa Monica city attorney, does not do his job. Hey, Ken, how are you? So that is how my Monday went. I have to be honest. It sounds like them ordering on Wayne's World. The cutouts. Okay, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna end the stream. I'm gonna hop right back on here momentarily. Those on you, I don't know how this is gonna work. I just have to hop right back off and come right back on. So hang on. Okay, so I'm back. This is still the same shit. Hey Randy, how are you? So it seems like my sound is working now. Could someone do this? I don't have roommates, so no one watches Netflix. I just think what I did was I logged on here twice, and there's 2 of me in the studio. Um, yeah, there's 2 of me in the studio waiting to enter. So, like, here's the thing, like, if I add the other one to the stage, it's double me. Here you go, look. You see, it's double trouble. Okay, let me take this down because that's a nightmare. Okay, there we go. See? Okay, there you go. Because I took one of me off of here. But yeah, it's been great. It's been a wonderful wrestling summer, I think, and it was a wonderful opportunity to expand. I go back to Japan for 2 dates at the end of October, and then obviously things come together November, December. Ken, shut the fuck up. So that's it. We were just talking about the crime wave. It's going to be an election day soon, November, which is really scary because I don't know which direction this country is going to go in. I think it's bad enough that I had to experience a bit of some stupid thing in Santa Monica today, but you know what? It's okay. That's why there's such a thing as a good Jewish lawyer. That is why there's such a thing as a good Armenian lawyer. That is why there's just such a thing as suing a city and suing all parties responsible for bullshit. You know? And that's the truth. I don't know if anyone's watching on Netflix. Oh, I just gotta say, everyone's asking me what it was like last week reconnecting with Necro Butcher. I have to say, he has me running on my fucking feet on those heels all over the place. Even though you have a promoter saying, hey, don't go over towards the bar, don't go up towards that area or this area. Guess what? We don't listen. We just do what we want. But it was fun working there. I got to meet new people. I'm looking forward to working at Horror Slam in Michigan because I haven't been to Michigan for quite some time. I heard the Texas Roadhouse is the place to go, and there's Fago soda. There are going to be Fago dogs there, which is a really big deal for me. Now I get to immerse in mullet culture. Nobody fresh. I've done this a zillion times without a headphone. It's because there's 2 of me and I screwed it up. That is what's going on. But at least today, you don't have to hear much of me because it's one of those live streams where it's just me. Um, because next week, uh, we do have guests coming on, and that's usually when I have it together. Um, let's see what else. So that's about it. You know, it's a StreamYard. It's all these weird things. Today I had a fun podcast session with Jim Powers. A lot of you might know him from the 90s. This past guest, Nikki Lynn, was a lot of fun to speak to because it's always fun having guests from the 90s hop on. And what else? Did you enjoy the show on Primos, Paul? Because you didn't make it out to Colorado. Paul goes like everywhere. So I'm just wondering, you know, um, that was just my lawyer. Uh, so yeah, so that's that. So I know it's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know. I think a lot of promotions are on Triller and Fight TV now. Um, IWTV is the other great platform. I don't know what people's thoughts are on IWTV. Are there any thoughts on IWTV, anyone? I don't know. Yes, no, maybe, but it's kind of an interesting platform. Um, I'm hearing myself twice as well. It's like two of me, which is scary. It's like I said, I wonder what happens if I add myself. Okay, now there's two of me. Do we hear the echo? This is kind of cool, like having a conversation with myself for real, like this. Let me know if the sound sounds any better this way. Anyone? Does the sound come out better now or not? Oh, that sucks. I wonder why that happened. Maybe because it's just something like I don't know why the CXW got left out of it. Maybe they need to put it on DVD or something. Okay. Hi, Ken. I know. Oh, God. Paul, you're the only person in this whole chat that's like a fan of this. But I do want to thank everyone for catching up with the restreams of these. It means a lot to me. And thank you for being patient with my traveling schedule because it's seriously been difficult traveling and getting things done. Everyone knows usually I have a very crisp sound on this. Let me remove one of me and see what happens. Okay. Better. Same as before. This is crazy. No, Ken, we already know there's some people that shoot their podcasts in the bathrooms. I will not give names. Um, you know, but yeah, I mean, what else? I didn't know that my part got left out on CXW. There were two parts of me on that show, so I'm not sure what exactly happened. Um, so who knows? But I know that it's available on DVD as well. But it's not the end of the world either. You know what I mean? Uh, Ken, I don't know what shows you're going to and not going to, but regardless, you missed me all summer long at the H2O Center. And that's true. You know, seriously, you've epically failed me as that. Someone just gave me a thumbs up. So, I mean, the sound is great. Make sure you're catching up on all the video interviews on my YouTube as well and subscribe because there's new content dropping every week. And I guess stay tuned on my social media for other appearances. I was supposed to work this weekend, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it now. It's just been crazy. When you go traveling around on planes, it's like I feel like I'm living on a plane, right? So I'll tell you my experience with Virgin Atlantic Airways. Virgin Airways, first class from Heathrow back to LA. It's the most um, out of world experience. First of all, you check in and it's this whole area to itself at the airport for Virgin. Like you don't have to go to a regular counter like everyone else. Then they have their own security, which is great. And then their club was beautiful. They had like a whole retro display of outfits and everything like that. And then they have like actual servers there that come to your table. So it's interesting. You know, it was a different experience for me. And what I do like about Virgin Airways better than any airline is they tell people You are not allowed to videotape while on the plane without consent of the other passengers. There goes that word again, consent. They don't do it at gyms. I feel as though gyms aren't promoting that proper culture of people actually um, going out there and people go there to work out. They don't go there to be videotaped. At least I don't. I mean, I have a friend videotape stuff now and again, but that's it. Other than that, I don't want to go there being in someone else's video. I don't want to be in your fucking TikTok. Take your TikTok, stick it up your fucking ass already. Jesus. I know that sounds horrible. Um, but yeah, that was my Monday. That was my manic Monday. That was my very manic Monday. Does anyone know what day of the week the election is? November 5th? No, Ken, there was not. I mean, maybe there was, but you're still jealous. If November 5th is a Monday, I think we're just going to have a watch party for the election because let's see when Monday is. Let's see what it is. So November 5th is election day, okay? And it's a Tuesday. So I feel as though there's going to be a huge rush of mail-in ballots at the last minute. If you are a conservative, I encourage you to vote in person as soon as the polls open up, even if it's early voting. It's really a tricky terrain of whether you're going to be there, they're going to count your votes or not, but it's a very tricky terrain of what we're going through right now. I don't know what's going to happen. It wouldn't surprise me if they try to assassinate him again, or if there's some kind of hocus pocus that happens. Because anyone that goes out there and votes for Kamala is a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. I've told friends that. She can't even get her policies straight. Her policies were Trump's policies. No tips, no taxes on tips. Gee, who came up with that? Who came up with that first? And we have it's going to be it's going to be a very important election, this one. And then we have 4 years after that to figure out what's going to happen. Yeah. Kamala Harris. Yeah. Kamala Harris. Wasn't it like Willie's Whore or something like that in San Francisco? Yeah, no taxes on overtime would be amazing, but I think right now we just have to get the right candidate into the White House, and that is not Kamala Harris. I'll tell you a story. There is a girl that does my lashes, and she doesn't vote. Her boyfriend watches CNN, so I guess he's a little bit effeminate. And he tells her how bad it is to vote for Trump. She's not going to vote anyway. So why the fuck do you waste my time asking me all these questions about Trump? Why are you asking me about Harris if you're not going to vote? You're going to sit there on your fat ass doing whatever it is you do and not vote. Those are like the worst people because you're not going to make a change. I don't think California could be flipped red completely, but what I do think is that California has potential to have some seats that are red, whether they're local, whether there's a few seats here and there in the state Senate that will turn red. That's in any state that's blue right now because people are sick and tired of this shit. And then you get your friends that are progressives, or they're usually in blue cities like Beverly Hills or Los Angeles somewhere. Then they move to Calabasas or Thousand Oaks to red run cities that have no crime. And they complain, oh, my neighbors have an NRA flag. You don't like it? Then go back to your blue run city with crime. Go get fucking raped. Go have your home broken into. Go deal with a smash and grab if that's what you want. That's what you fucking people vote for. You know, Kamala's voice, what she does is she does this thing, "Oh, I just don't understand, and there's so many people. These people, an illegal immigrant is not a criminal. An illegal migrant is not an illegal. Then what the fuck is it?" Normally, we don't get too political on here, but I think it's because it's close to it's close to the election, and it's a very big thing we're dealing with now. And I encourage everyone to get out and vote. Like, go vote. And I feel as though there should be a test for people before they go to a voting poll and put their fingers up there and start pressing those buttons. This is the most important election ever. We're less than 2 months away from this country going bad and handed over to all these foreign powers, or the stop of World War III. So it's up to people now to go get informed, not through TikTok, not through just one-sided news. Watch like Real America's Voice, see what's out there. By the way, I heard they're auctioning off InfoWars with Alex Jones. Soros just bought a bunch of radio stations. It was either Walter Harris that was having lunch with Soros's son. So go figure what it is. And all this stuff came out. I don't know how many of you out there are vaccinated. Anyone in the chat that's vaccinated, don't be embarrassed. A lot of people got duped. I didn't get vaccinated. Anyone out there who got vaxxed? Anyone? So I know there are a lot of people who were not vaccinated or who had no health problems prior, right? And then they got vaccinated and poof, all these health problems happened. There's no shame in falling for the fallacy the first time around. Falling for a booster, falling for all that other minutia, then shame on you. I remember a friend of mine had like a mask on, the visor and the sunshades. It's just, what's going to happen to you? I remember eating out one day when things were like slowly opening up, and some guy walks by in a hazmat suit. Nothing's that deadly. The only thing deadly is having cackling Kamala run the country for 4 years. The only thing deadly is all the foreign interference we have right now from other countries with this election. Why are they hanging out with Zelensky? Why are they hanging out with him at political, or why is he at any political anything for them? Any political gathering? He shouldn't be there. I do like doing these live streams. Sometimes you can't always see who's there. And I'll just say this now. There's certain people that I cut off as friends. Because once I'm done with people, I'm done with them. I don't feel like they deserve closure, but it means I caught you in a fucking lie, or you're just stupid and like toxic and just maybe, I don't know, a bit crazy. I don't want anything to do with you. And I know that I'm pretty sure that she is in this chat. Not necessarily in the chat, but is watching. It's insane. It's crazy how people do things. I don't know if like the pandemic made people behave bad or if they've been like all their lives or something. But let's see what happens. I want to know what some of you think. What do you think is going to happen this time? Do you think we're going to have a fair election? Do you think they're going to be that brainwashed to vote for cackling Kamala? She's not even black. Isn't that an insult to African American people? And tell me how Trump was against women's rights. It's up to each state. If it's up to the state, that's the way it should be. It shouldn't be the government deciding anything. It's up to each individual state. So those of you liberals in California or New York, you don't have to worry about anything. It's actually Most liberals should have abortions because you don't want them breeding. I'm sorry. I mean, you look around Hollywood. How about P. Diddy? P. Diddy with all of his debauchery at his off the hook parties, his freaky parties. I mean, come on. What was that about? What do we think P. Diddy's hiding? He came back from Bali. If he came back from Bali, what do you think that was? You think he just did that on his own? Let's see what we have. What happens when I add another Jasmin to the stage? Okay. So what's the sound like now? Anyone I know it's two of me, so just double trouble. Fine. I'll just leave it. It'll be two of me. It'll be like Wayne's World. And they tell two friends, and they tell two friends. All right, Hellstrom. Hold on. Let's kick this one out of the studio. Okay, there we go. So I'm back. Yep. I think there are a lot of people that also had Trump signs in their neighborhood or Kamala signs at one point, and now there's nothing. I don't know if people are harming their front lawns, which is possible. I wouldn't put anything past these people because they're fucking crazy. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if people are just undecided. And we have a lot of that. We have a lot of the younger base that's very scared to get behind a candidate. We have a lot of the younger base that just don't know what they want. It's usually the girls that don't know what the fuck they want. And what kind of an area are you in that you could have a sign in your yard, John? Is that a conservative area, or are you in an area that people are just sick of this shit? I think a lot of people saw what was going on in the schools. And when they saw what was going on, that's when they kind of switched or started to switch. Now they start seeing all the stuff with this women's rights craps. I think we have bigger deals than abortion rights. Yep, that's true. It's unhinged voting black in this history is on the left, but we also have a lot of younger women that don't know what the fuck they want. And that's the scary part. Then they see the optic. It's a woman and she's not Caucasian. Oh, this is great. I personally don't feel that the USA is ready for a woman running anything. Yeah. What was that? That was Zoolander. He was acting like like a pedo with his trans BS. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. But you have people out there like Taylor Swift and all those. She's known for making bad choices, telling people who to vote for. Yeah, I get bombarded with Kamala Biden texts like 30, 40 times a day, but I get bombarded with a lot of Trump ones too. Um, yeah, and I agree. World War III is way more important than some piggy liberal getting like 50 abortions, and that's truth. They were never illegal. It's all bullshit, and this is the problem. Earlier this year, I was speaking to some liberal friends of mine, and but Trump was banning abortion. Where'd you get your information? He never banned abortion. He just flipped it back to the states, which is where it should be. Some filthy hippie, dreadlock-haired woman should have an abortion. You should not be breeding. Case closed. I don't know. We'll just see where it goes. He banned late term because nobody should be doing this past 6 months. It was up to the state anyway, Ken. It wasn't, all across the nation after 3 months. I think 3 months is enough time to know what you want to do. But there's also a simple way to do this. Keep your fucking legs closed. Do I sound harsh? Yikes. Okay. Yeah, I sound harsh. I don't really give a shit. That's what I'm known for. It's just being very harsh and honest with people. Um, you know, now that we're talking, uh, about being harsh, I'll say this. I have zero tolerance for people who cry suicide all the time. When you send your photo around, being a grown person past the age of, let's say, 35, and you send a photo of yourself cutting yourself to people, press down on your fucking veins harder instead of being an attention-seeking weirdo. That is my biggest pet peeve. I've had friends that have blown their heads off. Like, they wanted to do something and they didn't. They just did it, and that is a person of virtue and who knows what they want. Someone who just goes around with photos manipulating someone, "Well, this is what you made me do." No, that's what you made you do. Go get your fucking head checked or press down harder next time on the right thing. I don't know. I don't know. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves with people. I know it's one of my Jasmin rants and raves. But anyway, next week's guest, the Backseat Boys from Jersey All Pro, Juggalo Championship Wrestling fame. And then the week after that, it's the squatting expert. And then the week after that, it's some really hot chick. I forgot her name though. I should remember everyone's names, right? It's so difficult. But blue run cities have to step it up with the crime. Regardless of someone's color, what their alleged emotional issues might be, you can't give a free pass. Lock them up, put them in a fucking asylum or a camp or something. In a camp, they could at least work, go to school, whatever. Keep them off the streets because there are people like me who have no problem suing if the right thing isn't done. I know good Jewish lawyers. And all I'm saying is the little incident that happened today in Santa Monica, if it is not handled properly, I will sue and I will raise hell. Anyway, with that said, it's been a short Monday, but it's been a pleasant one. I don't think anyone would want me to scream from a plane. Next time, I will not add two of me to the stage, even though I think this is kind of funny. You see, it's two of me. And now it's one of me. See what I mean? It's kind of cool. Okay. All right, great. So everyone stay safe out there and get informed. Watch whatever you have to, but it just shouldn't be just one thing. If you're watching CNN, fine. Go out there, watch Fox. Hold on, John. Necro did not recover that fast. Don't bamboozle yourself. He still has his leg bandaged up. This is all he's doing because this is practically all he really knows. He still has to get his discharge papers from the military, from the army, which is insane to me because you have people hopping over the border here getting free health care, but they will not take care of their vets first and foremost. And that is who needs to get taken care of first. So the only way anything could happen is if this guy gets back into office. I would never tell anyone who to vote for because I don't like when people do that. But all I do is just ask that you make the right choice for the country because the way one person votes affects all of us. Right? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I guess so. With that said, be out there and be vigilant. Whether it's pepper spray, whether it's brass knuckles, or whatever you feel comfortable carrying. Because at the end of the day, in some of these cities, it is you for yourself. Have a good one, folks, and I'll see you next Monday and stay frosty.